Hello again from Las Vegas, Nevada, VegasStrongandFearless.com. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're strong. I hope you're living fearless. That's what the show is all about, to make you strong and fearless in your home, in your office, in your yard, in your school, wherever you find yourself. Project strength and fearless. We're going to be talking about the holistic concept again. Today, the spiritual aspect of the holistic individual. We've been talking about the body in the past, the mind in the past, and now the spirit. And as I mentioned on my promotion page every Monday and Tuesday, nothing but promotion. We're promoting this show, the holistic idea. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you'll be able to watch this show. But on the 19th of April, I mentioned on my promotion page, we're beginning a church online. The Living Kingdom, thelivingkingdom.com. It's a church online. It's a full church. We're going to have messages. All this is going to be spiritual. It's going to be messages, Bible studies, special music, special readings, testimonies. It's going to be a church, a Christian church, non-denominational church. And I invite you to come and view the show. And that's going to be Sunday, the whole week, 24/7. So you can have church 2 o'clock in the morning. Get a few people together, have church. Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, Monday, Tuesday. That's up to you. The spirit is very important. The spirit aspect of the individual. And the reason we're doing this is because of the situation that's happening in the world, and the church will continue. When all this is over, it's going to continue. And you'll be able to contribute your love offering, your donation, your tithe through PayPal. And you're going to get up. I'll be sharing with you more and more on this particular church. But today, we're going to be talking about increasing your spirit. Increasing your spirit. Now, when you're born with a brain, you're born with a body, and you're born with the spirit. Because it is the spirit that keeps you alive and keeps you going. It's not the brain. Now, the brain has its functions in your body, the heartbeat, the circulation. It has its purpose. And then the mind has its purpose, as I mentioned in the past. But today, we're going to be talking about the spirit that is within you when you're born. Now, let's look at a horse, for instance. A horse maybe have a lot of spirit. You never want to kill the spirit of a horse. Now, you do want to control the mind of that horse, the direction and it goes and so forth and so forth. You've seen cowboy movies, guys jump on the horse trying to control or settle the horse, and it begins to buck and it begins to throw him off. A lot of spirit. But once that spirit is broken, then you can ride your horse. The same thing with your mind. You're born with that spirit, and sometimes it's out of control. And that's why you want to be able to control that spirit and yet increase it. In today's show, we're going to be talking about increasing your spirit, elevating your spirit. All is growth. Now, if you think about this, a plant, it grows. It has life. In fact, we planted some seeds in my patio, and I'm looking forward to see those seeds blossom. Someday, they're going to blossom. Someday, we're going to see some flowers. Someday, I'm going to see a plant. Everything must grow. Because if it's not growing, it's dying. And so, if you see a little baby and that baby's not growing, you get concerned. It's the same thing with your spirit. If you're not understanding the growth of your spirit, the importance of your spirit, something is going to go wrong. You see, we're trying in this program, in dealing with the holistic individual, to add to your faith. I want you to think about this statement. Now, I believe in the faith that I find in Jesus Christ. This program, and as I study the spirit aspect of the holistic individual, I want to add to my faith in Him, in the spiritual part of Jesus Christ. Well, you may have a different type of faith. That's okay. This show hopefully will encourage you and show you how to add to your faith, the spiritual part in your mind. I'm not going to try to tell you, well, I'm right and you're wrong. No, I'm not going to do that. What works for me, works for me. It may not work for you. What works for you may not work for me. But my relationship with the Almighty in Jesus Christ works for me. Hey. So, by the way, I work for you too. But that's between you and your Maker and yourself. But I'm trying to teach people how to add to your faith in your spirit. Now, when I look at the spirit, there's only 3 areas of the spirit in the individual that's going to occur. The birth of a person is the natural man. As that man continues, he becomes carnal. As he continues, he may become spiritual. So when we're talking about this particular show in increasing your spirit, we're going to be talking, I want you to think about this. Let's look at the natural individual. Born with the spirit, flesh, natural, but is not submitting to the spirit and trying to learn how to increase that spirit that's within him. I could tell you the end result of that. That individual that's living in the flesh and not submitting or listening to the spirit of their mind will die. Eventually. Will pass away. Eventually will be buried. The natural man that deals just with the flesh and forgets the spirit part of himself or herself is going to die eventually. But say you want to move into the carnal area of the spirit, and that says, I will listen to the spirit part of myself, and I will increase that spirit part of myself in different formations, in different ways. It might be going through a church, or it might be reading the Bible, it might be discussions or listening to programs, trying to increase the spirit part, that connection that I need to be connected to spiritually. But I'm carnal now. And so, you ever see that little commercial or on TV where you have a devil over here and you have an angel over here and they're both talking and you decide which direction to go, listen to the devil or listen to the angel? That's the idea here. The flesh, the carnal, may be trying to take me away from the spiritual growth that I need to experience. Or the Spirit might be trying to teach me, no, listen to the Spirit of your mind and it will help you in life. And so one day I may be carnal in the flesh, or another day I may be spiritual in the Spirit. You see, they're clashing, and it's up to you and it's up to me what to decide. Should I be concerned about my spirit, the growth of the Spirit, the level of the Spirit, or just forget the Spirit and concentrate on the flesh? That's the carnal part. I'm back and forth. 1 foot in the flesh, 1 foot in the Spirit. No good. Now the next one is a spiritual individual. The spiritual individual, and by the way, that carnal aspect is maintenance. You're maintaining, that's all you're doing. You're living, you're eating, you're sleeping, you're maintaining yourself, but it's better to submit and to learn how to operate in the Spirit and balance the holistic individual. And it's not just a maintenance, but it's a growth. Remember I told you earlier, everything's growing. Plants, individuals. So, in the carnal part of your life, all you're doing is maintaining. It's a maintenance. It's like a church. I've been a pastor for many years. In a church, you're either dying, the natural, you're either maintaining the carnal, eventually you will die, by the way, the church, or you're walking in the Spirit and you're growing. And that's where you want to be. You want to grow. The church wants to grow. You as an individual we want you to grow. We want you to be strong and fearless. We want you to increase that level of that spirit of growth. And the Spirit, we're all born with our spirit, but the connection of the like I told you, you got the conscious, the subconscious, and the super subconscious. We want you to be able to connect and should connect to that spiritual aspect of that Spirit of the Almighty, the universal God, the formless substance. It's just going to get you and create a more stronger individual. Just like I said in the past, I got the revelation, the Father and I are one. And because I'm connected to the Father on a daily basis, being aware of the spiritual part of myself, I was born with spirit like a baby, but as I grow, I become a man, and the Spirit, I'm allowing the Spirit to grow in my mind. I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger because the Father and I are one. I'm connected to Him, and that's why the Spirit is so important. Well, my webmaster told me the time was up already, and I wanted to get more into how to increase your spirit. And we'll continue in the week to follow. By the 29th, by the way, the 29th of April, look at my program, The New Church, and I want to be sharing with you how to increase this spirit, how to elevate yourself to the level where maybe you were down there, but now you're going to be up here, and you're going to increase your level. And all I'm trying to do here every week on the spiritual is add to your faith. Contact me, email me, call me. And if I don't hear from you, look at our new church, the 29th of April. 19th. 19th. I can't hear you.
19th.
19th of April. What did I say?
29th.
Well, I'm sorry. Not the 29th. The 19th of April. Look at the show. You're going to be blessed. You're going to be super blessed. You're going to be super blessed. God bless you. Look forward to hearing from you. Yeah.